You've all probably heard of him at some point in your life, Alexander the Great. Named the greatest king ever and the most important man in history by many historians for ages. But what was his life like? And why lasted this successful reign for only such a short period of time? In short, who was Alexander the Great? It's the 20th of July, 356 BC. In the city of Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedonia, a woman has just given birth. The woman was called Olympias, the wife of the King of Macedonia, Philip II. Well, one of his 8 wives. Congratulations, sir, it's a healthy boy. A boy? Finally! Olympias, you're my favorite wife now. The boy was called Alexander of Macedonia. However, some believe that Philip II wasn't the legitimate father of Alexander, but that it was the world's biggest playboy and king of the gods Zeus who secretly impregnated Olympias. Either way, Philip II made sure Alexander was taught and raised in the manner of normal Macedonian youths. He learned how to read, write, fight, hunt and even how to play the lyre. When Alexander was 10 years old, a trader from Thessaly brought Philip a horse. Hello, my dear king. I present to you the fastest horse in all of Macedonia and Greece. Alright, interesting. Look, I might buy a horse, but first I will have one of my men test to see how fast it is. You there, mount this horse here and see how fast it can go. Ha! Your horse can't even be mounted. How dare you try and sell me such a worthless beast? Hold up, father, let me have a go. After mounting it successfully, Alexander got to keep the horse. He named it Bukophalas, which meant ox head, and the two became very close friends. When Alexander became 13, Philip started a search for a suitable tutor for Alexander. As he was the heir of the king of Macedonia, many of the greatest academics were interested in teaching Alexander. State your name, please. Well, see, I would say that's quite obvious, but either way, I'm called Aristotle. Ah, if it isn't the famous Aristotle. So tell me, why do you think you're fit to teach my son? Well, you see, those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. Ha! You sound mad. Well, no great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Okay, you got the job. Aristotle taught Alexander everything he knew about medicine, religion, logic, art, and of course philosophy. When Alexander became 16, his education under Aristotle came to an end. During this time, Macedonia was at war. Alexander already proved to be a very intelligent leader, and together with his father, Alexander managed to capture the great city-states of Athens and Thebes. After defeating Athens and Thebes, they continued on and took all over Greece, except Sparta. Alexander and his father returned to Macedonia, where his father married another woman. With this marriage of my niece and our king and their offspring which will surely follow, Macedonia will finally have a true full-blood Macedonian heir. What did you just say? That Macedonia will finally have a true full-blood heir, not some half-blood like you. After the fight at the wedding, Alexander and his mother fled Macedonia, but after 6 months, Alexander returned and his father welcomed him as his true son. In the summer of 336 BC, Philip II was assassinated by the captain of his bodyguards. This made Alexander the king of Macedonia at the age of 20. You called, sir? Yes, now that I am king, I have prepared my first order. Look at this list. Do you know where to find these people? Yes, sir. Good. Kill them. What did you say, sir? I said kill them. Kill them all. The first thing Alexander did was having all of his potential rivals murdered, even his own cousin. After this, he visited the city of Corinth, where he met the world-famous Diogenes the Cynic, a philosopher famous for disobeying the basic principles of society, and for the fact that he lived in a barrel. So you are the famous Diogenes? Is there anything I can do for you? Well, yes. Stand a little bit out of my sun, will you? Alexander was astonished by Diogenes' lack of care and disregard for authority and wealth. Man, if I were not Alexander, I would want to be Diogenes. Yes, if I were not myself, I would want to be Diogenes as well. A couple weeks later, Alexander started planning the expansion of his empire into Asia. Before beginning his march into Asia, Alexander first wanted to secure his northern borders by defeating the rather primitive tribes in the north, which he did in about a year. After securing his northern borders, Alexander marched his army of around 40,000 soldiers into Persia. By doing so, he started the war against Persia in 334 BC.